Last Cloudia TV Express.
Now, hola amigos, welcome, and thank you for joining us for the Last Cloudia TV Express collab special. I am Kit, I am Last Cloudia's PR guy and localization lead. As always, thank you for joining us. I am joined by my two wonderful friends and companions today.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Knacky, a producer of Last Cloudia. Nice to see you guys.
And who do we have off screen?
Yeah,
how's it doing, everyone? Bonnie here. I made it back for the live stream. Glad to be here today.
Thank you very much. So let's get into this. As you may know, this is a compact version of our regular live stream full of update information and other useful info. Today we're going to be sharing exciting info about the Code Geass Lelouch of the Rebellion R2 collab, scheduled to kick off in Last Cloudia on June 19th post-maintenance. At the end of our live stream today, we're going to give you a peek at some upcoming improvements in Last Cloudia, and also share a special gift code that everyone in chat and the VOD can redeem for an in-game present. You will definitely want to stick around until then. So as you know, this is a Redux collab. The original Code Geass collab took place in May of 2023. Years ago already, 2 years. The units released at that time were Lelouch and Suzaku. This is a Redux, so we're going to go over the Code Geass property for anyone who's not familiar with it.
Alright.
Can we get that slide up on screen, please?
Alright.
Okay, so Code Geass Lelouch of the Rebellion R2, which was broadcast in 2008, is the continuation of the events depicted in the first part of the anime series Code Geass Lelouch of the Rebellion. A year has passed since the Black Liberation, a Japanese uprising against Britannia spearheaded by the Order of the Black Knights. Lelouch is reawakened as Zero after spending a peaceful year at Ashford Academy, beginning a series of events that lead into a spectacular battle. As a representative, picaresque series of the 2000s, Code Geass Lelouch of the Rebellion, R2, has had a great influence on later works. Okay, I see people in the chat having all sorts of speculation here. I hope for new units. Well, we're going to see in just a second. Let's actually just go ahead and show the spotlight video for our first new unit and Ark. Are you ready? I hope so. Let's go ahead and take a look now.
Alright, let's go.
All right, thank you very much for that.
I'm good.
All right, there we go. Thank you.
We're back.
All right, fantastic. So thank you, everyone. I see people in the chat are really excited, saying, Kallen, nice. I'm all in, baby. Thank you for that, Drunken Cowboy Agni. I'm gonna, says Lucas. That's right. As you just saw, the first Ark and unit to arrive will be Kallen and Sky Fortress Damocles. First, we're going to look at our new unit. Kallen, put up that slide if you would.
All right.
There we go. Thank you. Kallen is the ace pilot from the Order of the Black Knights, a binational whose mother is Japanese and father Britannian. Carrying on her older brother's wishes, she begins anti-imperial activities and in time becomes a Black Knight. Learning that Zero is in fact Lelouch comes as a shock to her, yet she resolves to fight him again so as to evaluate him. She is then taken prisoner by Britannia, only to be rescued by Lelouch's servant Sayoko. Following this, she speeds back to the battle line in Guren, Satan, 8 elements. So that's it for Kallen as a character. Let's continue on and look at her abilities in Last Cloudia. The first thing that I really want to share with you is that Kallen is a true dual-wield fire physical attacker. Let's go ahead and look at her traits to see what that's going to translate to specifically in this release. Show the slide if you would. There you have it. So the first of Kallen's 2 traits is Guren Satan 8 elements. When 2 weapons are equipped, Kallen's attack capabilities are boosted by this first trait. The unit also gains an anti-type effect against both bosses and machines, making her incredibly reliable in boss battles. The second trait, I Am Japanese, gives us an effect where at buff start and regular intervals, the trait gives the unit the powerful effect of the Ace buff. When the unit has the Ace buff, both her strength and critical rate are boosted, and she won't flinch from either physical or magic attacks. Additionally, when she takes lethal damage, she can use this buff to survive with 1 HP and restore medium HP. So let's continue on and take a look at her skills and special. Yes, that's right, Kallen is definitely an attractive attacker with her skills 1 and 2, which can be activated in place, and a high hit count special. Additionally, her special shows an entirely new Kallen cut-in scene when used, so check it out. You may have already seen that in the trailer just now. We have the skills, which are called Too Slow, Locking into Position, Let Me See You Burst, and Here Goes Guren. We will actually take a look at those in detail in just a moment, but before then I want to continue the remainder of the introduction of Kallen's skill set here. Let's go and take a look at the skills that she can learn. As always, skills in yellow appear for the first time. We have a bunch of yellow skills here on screen that include Ace of the Black Knights, Energy Wing, Burst Britannia, Ostensible Sickly Maiden, and Anti-Type Breakthrough 4. Burst Britannia boosts the critical damage of skill 3, and it has a powerful ability to restore 1 SCT stock to skill 3 when defeating an enemy with that same skill 3. Energy Wing boosts unit movement speed over time, so in long boss battles, Kallen will become easier and easier to use. There is Ace of the Black Knights, which powers up the unit. One of the other skills to check out is Ostensibly Sick Maiden, which, although it does have some negative sides, further boosts the power of the unit. I'm going to keep zooming right along, and we will check out the 6-star enhancement. Yes, we have a whole bunch of them available in 6-star enhancement, including skills like Sword Mastery 2, Giant Killing 2, Critical LB, Anti-Type Boost 2, Damage Taken minus 10%, and Critical Up, and Battle Armor Up, all of which are Transcend skills. So Kallen here can learn skills that are, as you see, great for both offense and defense. All right, let's see what people are saying in the chat. Finally, I can change my home screen units. Awesome. Lucas, did you have your home screen unit set to the Code Geass collab units that were released the first time around? No, let me know in the chat. Okay, Creation Pen says Guren, possible Guren in the far-off future, maybe. Interesting theory. That's nice, says Sean MJ. Well, thank you. A unit that gets better the longer it's used, damn good, says Voidheart. So thank you for that.
なんか熱狂的なファンの方がいますね。
Oh, really? Yeah, we have some very passionate fans in there.
彼のね。
Yeah. See there. Yeah, a lot of passionate fans in there. All right, let's keep on going and take a look at the new Ark Sky Fortress Damocles. This arc features a scene near the end of the story where the Britannian military is battling with the Order of the Black Knights. What's shown in this arc is Suzaku and the Lancelot Albion in one-on-one combat with Kallen in the Guren Satan 8 elements. Let's see. Exactly. Kit, how did you know about that? Something just told me, Lucas. All right, so we're going to check out the abilities of this arc now. The arc is excellent for an attacker with effects that change depending on if the user is wielding a sword, a machine, or a claw. Let's go ahead and look at the slide if we could. Yes, there we have it, Sky Fortress Damocles. The trait here, I'm going to go ahead and read this for you, is Sword Equipped STR plus 15%. Machine equipped, skill damage plus 25%. Claw equipped, critical rate 10%. 2 weapons equipped, skill special damage cap plus 3,000. Damage taken from enemies with the same type as unit, minus 20%. So yeah, as I just mentioned, depending on what specific equipment that it is that the unit is equipping, this Ark will be able to give them a pretty significant boost or two. Our new learnable skills this time around include Knight of Zero, Radiant Wave Surger, and Sky Shield 2. Knight of Zero boosts the attack power when dual wielding. Radiant Wave Surger is a skill recommended for close combat fire attackers. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at the Ark's 100% Ark Ether Reward. This equipment is especially recommended for long-range, light physical attackers. It is, as you can see, a machine called Super Varus. So now that we have our beginning of the collab behind us, I want to go ahead and give you a special sneak preview at the unit and Ark that are scheduled to be released later. Please do note that we're not going to be able to get into the abilities or any of the really sort of nitty-gritty yet. This is just a very brief, superficial preview of what the unit and Ark are. But here we go. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Yeah.
루루시비 브리타니아가命じる世界よ我に従え
Okay, so there you have it. Yes, we have a whole bunch of new stuff, including Barlene, right? Did you not see something there?
Yeah, I think everyone saw like we have a new, we call it a glimpse of the new magic here. I wonder what it does.
Yeah, it looks quite powerful. The new unit that's going to be released on June 26th is none other than Emperor Lelouch. He is a shift of the previously released Lelouch from when this collab was originally run. I saw some people speculating on that or commenting on that in the chat earlier, and you were totally correct that it is a shift of the previous Lelouch.
ルルシュもね、初回のすごく人気だったからね。
Yeah, it's true. The first
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Lelouch was incredibly popular.
Yeah.
I see people, Grimro is saying, what? The Rain Man, 3 question marks, LOL. Yeah, we're gonna have to reveal more about that when the time comes. You will wanna check social media because we will be able to go ahead and tell you the details at that time. But even though we can't get into the abilities, I wanna give you an idea of who Lelouch is in case you're not familiar with the anime or in case you were not a part of Last Cloudia during our first collab. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Okay.
After his brother, Schneasel, exposes his true nature and information about Geass, Lelouch is purged by the Order of the Black Knights and flees bitterly. Following this, he stands off with his father Charles and then victoriously suddenly appears in the Holy Britannian Empire's imperial capital, Pendragon. There, he announces the enthronement of the sole 99th Emperor of the Holy Britannian Empire, Lelouch v. Britannia. What might be Lelouch's true objective? ... question mark.
Well, you gotta watch the anime for that one.
Yeah,
アニメを見てね。
yeah, absolutely. That's probably the best part to see because
Yeah.
we're not going to be able to tell you anything more about that here in Last Cloudia. Do go ahead and check out the anime, as everyone mentions. The glorious T-pose, yes.
Yeah, I find it funny, like, although he's a shift unit, but like, I mean, this time around, you know, the natural of them being a mecha unit, he pilots a totally different mecha from first time, right? Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you will want to check that out when we do a demonstration of what the unit actually looks like in battle. All right, continuing on, I would like to go over the new Ark that will be released in the second half of the collab. Please put that up on screen if you would. Put that there, thank you. Yes, that is right, it is Seas World. This is the LR Ark Seas World. The illustration was shown just a moment ago at the end of the introductory video. The gathering of people's hearts and memories has an important meaning for Seas World in the Code Geass series. This is a beautiful depiction of the opening scene with C2. So bring it all together. In the first half of the collab, we will have the unit Kallen and the Ark Sky Fortress Damocles, and in the second half, we will have the unit Emperor Lelouch and the Ark Seas World. I have to say they're all absolutely gorgeous. I don't know, what do you think, Barlene and Knacky-san?
Yeah. この絵はね、ちょっと C2 をやっぱりやりたかったんですよね、コラボで。で、どっかいいとこないかなって、やっぱ C の世界もやりたくて、でそこでオープニングの超いいシーンがあったから、そこを取り上げて今回ビジュアルにしてます。
Okay, yes, you can see that we were thinking about, what could we do that had a lot of visual impact. So basically our conclusion was eventually choosing that scene that we put in C's world. Barlene, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, the art is always pretty fascinating. We got here, and like the lore of the entire Code Geass, it goes pretty deep, right? So
Yeah.
especially the ones with like the C's world and stuff. The more you know about the anime, I would say the more you would like this.
Okay, I'm seeing what everyone in chat is saying. Drunken Cowboy Agni gives us the Ark's artwork is amazing. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
CS says, I'm saving absolutely every crystal for the Emperor with a big smile. Thanks. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to keep moving along. As the release date for Emperor Lelouch and C's World draws near, we're going to go ahead and share on social media, as I mentioned just a moment ago, so do check back then. All right, it's now that time. We want to give you all a sneak peek at the unit Kallen. I've alluded to this in our stream a couple of times, but as always, note that this is a development build of the game that is not going to exactly necessarily match the final release. So if you would, Knacky, go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, okay. じゃあ、I'll explain things myself from here.
Okay.
Keep interpreting.
All right, I will be happy to interpret.
Yeah. じゃあ、okay. Start quests.
All right, we're going to go ahead and start the quest now.
バーリンはだいぶコードギアスのファンみたいですね。
Yeah, Barlene, I hear you're a big fan of Code Geass.
Yeah, I watched the anime when it was airing. Like I was sitting there like every week just to watch the
Oh, wow.
latest episode.
OK、じゃあ行きます。
All right, let's go ahead and do this.
ちょっとこの移動速度こんな感じでちょっと覚えておいてもらって、
Okay, you can go ahead and see that her movement speed is roughly something like
まだ
this.
まだそんな速くないね。よしじゃあ通常攻撃から。
Let's go ahead and start off with our regular attack.
彼はトリプルインパクト持ってるので、一つが多いですね、通常攻撃。
So the regular attack has a large hit count on account of triple impact, which
Yeah.
Kallen there has.
That's like 18 hits. Right?
Yeah. Oh, that's quite a lot for
For one
regular.
regular.
はい。で、次、特技1ですね。
Okay, now skill number 1.
その場からの飛び込みです。
This is a jumping attack from the spot that she's in.
ちょっと敵の向こう側に流れるような一撃ですけど、
You can see she sort of floats over the enemy.
特技1で飛び込みなので非常に使いやすくなっています。
Yeah, it's quite easy to use.
続いて特技2ですね。
We're going to go ahead and check out skill number 2 next.
その場からの連投攻撃。
Okay, and this is an attack, a distance attack from where she stands.
縦の移動。はい、これ非常に強いですね。
It's quite strong.
続いて特技3で
Now
す。
skill number 3.
特技3はある程度近づいてからの連撃ですね、飛び込んで。
This is a jumping attack which moves in a little bit and then is followed by a combo.
いやいや。はい。で、結構時間が経ったので移動速度がだいぶ上がってますね。わかり
You
ま
can
す
see
か？
that since the amount of time in battle has passed, her movement speed has gotten quite a bit faster.
いやいやい
She's
や。
fighting a lot faster than she was like,
Yeah.
at the start.
じゃあ最後、超必殺技使っていきましょうか。
Now we're going to go ahead and use our special at the very end.
まあ、新二刀流を持ってるのでヒット数も非常に多いです。
She has true dual wield, so her hit count is quite high.
いや、let's go。
Beautiful.
いや、ラストファイブ。いや、
Oh, there we go. There is the illustration.
116ヒット。
Wow, okay. 116 hits.
That's a lot of hits.
That is a lot of hits.
いや、はい。移動速度も今最大かな、多分。
Okay, you can see that she's probably at the maximum movement speed right about now.
はい。
That's extremely fast.
いやいやいや。こんな感じで、まあ、非常に強力な物理の炎属性のアタッカーで
Okay,
す。
so you can see she is a very powerful physical fire attacker.
はい。まあ、操作感も非常に良くて、ヒット数も良くて、多分とても楽しいユニットですね。
Yeah, it's very fun. She has a very high hit count, and it's just quite a practical unit to
いやいや
use.
ぜひぜひお手元でチェックしてください。
So go ahead and do check it out yourself as well.
OK。じゃあ終わりかな。
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Lucas says, "Beautiful. I want 3."
いや、
3体も欲しいんだ。
3体
Yes.
もう1体欲しいってこと、
はい
いやー、わがままだな。Yeah,
Alright.
that wraps up our sneak peek. Okay.
All right, there we go. Thank you very much for that. Well, let's go ahead and take a moment and check out the Gacha schedule if we could. Can I get this slide on screen, please?
All right.
Okay, there we have it. All right, so let's take a look at the gacha schedule. The collab starts from June 19th after maintenance and runs all the way through July 9th, which is approximately 3 weeks. First, Collab Gacha Part 1 starts from June 19th after maintenance and features the unit Kallen and the Ark Sky Fortress Damocles. From the second week, from June 26th after maintenance, Collab Gacha Part 2 will start. It features the unit Emperor Lelouch and the Ark Seas World. Both gachas will also have a pickup gacha and a step-up gacha, and the step-up gacha guarantees the rate up unit at the end of lap 3. Also, the units and arcs that appeared are going to appear again in the Redux gacha. This is a long name, so bear with me for a second.
This is long, right?
It's extremely long. The Code Geass Lelouch of the Rebellion Redux Choose Pickup Gacha, in which you can choose the unit and arc that you want on rate up. The available units in that gacha are Lelouch and Suzaku. The available arcs, meanwhile, are Order of the Black Knights and A Gentle World. For those of you who missed out on these units and arcs last time, you will definitely want to give this a spin or two. Note that at this time the medals that you get for the new units are not shared between Part 1 and 2 of the gacha. When using paid crystals, you get collab credentials, which are also different between Part 1 and Part 2. That said, I want to share about the collab event with you as well. Let's take a look at this slide if we could. There you go, thank you very much. So this event takes place on a special collab map, which is this time Sun Vessel Island. All users take on the same dungeon to raise its siege rate. Once each dungeon is complete, everyone moves collectively on to the next dungeon. Once all dungeons reach a siege rate of 100%, everyone will receive a collab support frame and stamps that can be used in multiplayer, so do not miss out. Additionally, Siegfried, which appeared in the last event, will appear again as a boss. You'll be able to battle it after the event starts, so do your best to take it on.
Alright, so clear rewards for defeating Siegfried
Yes.
also include a limited support frame and collab stamps. But on top of that, you'll get a truckload of EXP for defeating it. It's definitely something you want to do to if you want to farm and level up your units. And the good part, the best part about it, is that this time you'll be able to use the battle skip feature on this battle.
Yeah, that's right. Battling does require tickets, but you should definitely take advantage of that.
Yeah, I'm sure that many of our users will. Well, all right, now we have our next thing. Let's take a look.
All right.
Yes, collab stamps are back. These are collab stamps for multiplayer that will appear this time. You can get these while playing through the event, and they can be used as with all multiplayer stamps after the collab as well, so do check them out. Also, for those of you who may have missed out on the stamps from the first collab featuring Lelouch, Suzaku, and Jeremiah, those are going to show up again, so if you haven't gotten them yet, now is your chance. Note that those stamps can be obtained in the trading space. Alright, next is our next thing. Let's go ahead and see that. Yes, for this event there is going to be, as in almost all other collabs, a collab challenge. This consists of 9 simple missions displayed on the home screen. Once you clear the missions, you'll be able to get the new item Code Geass Lelouch of the Rebellion Poster 3. Additionally, you will also get the event item Zero's Mask 3D model. The item Zero's Mask 3D model is a Redux item, so if you weren't able to pick it up last time, be sure that you don't miss it again this time. All these missions are quite simple to clear. You will probably know that if you have played any of the last Cloudia collabs before, just playing through the event regularly will normally be enough to unlock these for you. Okay then, Knacky-san, are there any special collab presents this time around? I know this is something that everyone is always looking forward to with every collab.
I don't
Do you have anything special?
I don't
No?
have,
No, nothing special.
What are we talking about?
yeah, of course. Since it's a collab and all,
Yes.
we of course have something prepared.
All right, ooh,
Yeah, please
that's a
show
relief.
the slide.
All right, let's see it.
Alright.
Love that sound.
Yeah, we are giving everyone a ticket that guarantees you get a Redux unit or Ark.
Okay,
Yay.
fantastic. Hooray,
Yeah.
thank you for that. I think, yes, everyone else is quite excited in chat. Space Boy, there we go. Sean MJ, ha 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 ha. Thank you.
Of course.
Nice, select ticket. Oh my god, says Kaizaki. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, everyone is very excited.
Yeah, this is also something I think
thank you,
everyone's waiting
nice.
for, right? Yeah, of course. In this one, the ticket, just to be clear, you
Yes.
can choose whichever one you want.
Yes, it
So
is a
it's not
select
random.
ticket. It is not a random ticket.
Yes.
So, since it is a select ticket, what is it that you guys are planning to trade for Knacky-san and Barlene?
I don't have a gentle world.
Okay.
Yeah, I absolutely choose this.
All right, there you go. What about you, Barlene?
Yeah, on the contrary, I only have the gentle world.
Okay.
So I'm probably picking Lelouch, I would say. Like he's like one of the very, very good buffer for this game. And
Alright.
you know, he also have a unique magic, so very good pick.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I see some people in the chat. Bruce Hayhurst is saying, Yippee, missed out on the last collab. Well, for anyone else who did, or who wasn't able to pick up everything last collab, you know, now is your chance. Go ahead and use that select ticket to pick the arc or the unit of your choice, you know, whatever floats your boat. So, continuing on with more info, let's go ahead and look at the next slide.
All right.
From June 19th, Lelouch and Suzaku are both going to receive Insight. You know, the Redux collab units Insight have been very popular up until now, so this collab is going to feature it as well. I'm sure that all of you are really curious about the abilities and the two Redux units this time are going to have. Both Lelouch and Suzaku came out in 2023, which is comparatively not that long ago, so we haven't updated the skill animations for either, but they are going to have skill additions, so there will be new skills that both units are going to get. First, to give you an idea of the changes that are going to be made, we're going to take a look at Suzaku's abilities. So let's see the next slide if we could. Okay, thank you. As you can see, yes, there it is on screen right now, we have a whole bunch of new skills that include Fighting Spirit Max, Unclad Power, Sky High 3, Thunder Giga Drive, Cloak of Majesty 2, Quick Trigger, and Fair and Square 2. Yes, Suzaku is a thunder attacker who really awakens when near death. We have the learnable skills Sky High 3, Thunder Giga Drive, and Cloak of Majesty, as I said. And a number of these skills also give some powerful damage boosting effects such as Thunder Giga Drive, Sky High 3, and Cloak of Majesty 2. Those are going to be especially useful in PvP content like Arena. Insight skills, let's take a look at those.
All right.
Yes, we have insight skills, which are Thunder Damage Up, Thunder LB, and Cut Physical Damage Taken. Mainly, we have simple, fairly straightforward damage and defense up skills here. Okay, and we also have some skills that are going to, as you can see on screen, boost resistance, fire resistance, ice resistance, curse resistance, and stun resistance. Alright, since we are looking at Suzaku here, we might as well give you a look at how Insight Suzaku plays while explaining. As always, let me just give you the disclaimer that this is a development version of the game, so these abilities still might change between now and the time that maintenance occurs.
Okay, I'll explain things myself from here. Okay, じゃあ
Okay, let's go ahead.
開発環境出してもらって、はい、じゃあやっていきましょうか。
Okay, let's go ahead.
さあ。まあ、ルルーシュもスダクもね、非常に強力だったからね、前回ね。
Yeah, both characters, the first time around, were quite powerful.
ランスロットで一気に。
はい。
Okay. It's the regular attack.
いや、その通りですね。まあ、元からヒット数多いんですよね、スダクってね。
Yeah, there were from the very beginning there were a lot of hit counts.
いや、トリプルインパクト持ってるんで。
Yeah, as he has triple impact, excuse me.
じゃあ、特技1。
There's skill number 1.
やっぱりダメージ上限も伸びてますし、
See the damage cap has gone up.
まあ、全体的にダメージが出やすくなってます。
And all in all, it's just easier to deal more damage.
行くぞ。
特技2ですね。
行くぞ。
Skill number 2.
特技3。
容赦はしな
Number
い。
3.
容赦はしない。
コンボをつなげると、
行くぞ。
See, chain together the combos, and
こういう感じですね。
it looks like that.
いや、じゃあ調筆いきましょう。
All right, let's go ahead and see the special.
決着をつけよう。これで決める。
Wow.
いや、さっきカレンもさ、調筆技の時にこうアニメのイラストのカットに入ったり、
Yeah, you probably saw that during Kallen's special, she also had a cut-in illustration.
そうスザクもルルーシュもどっちも持ってるから、
And Suzaku and Lelouch both have the same, similar thing.
ぜひチェックしてみてください。
So do go ahead and check it out.
はい、じゃあ須崎の紹介以上になります。
All right, that wraps it up for our intro of Suzaku.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, there we have it. I see people are going wild in the chat. Okay, yeah, Barlene, what did you think?
Yeah, I think unfortunately we can't show the best part of like Suzaku for the arena
Yeah.
because like he, you know, I think everyone knows like he's best when he's, you know, close to death, right? Yeah, he really awakens. So it's kind of hard to show that during unit test play quest. So
right.
you know you should test that part out yourself. Yeah.
All right, I'm sure a lot of people will.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barlene, I think it's you right now.
All right. Okay, so but on this live stream we only show the insight for Suzaku, but I also give a brief overview for Lelouch as well. So Lelouch was a unit that specializes in basically supporting the ally units. So he'll be able to learn more powerful support skill for that, and to be more specific, he'll get skills that up until now only Spirit Maiden Sarah could learn.
All right.
So that would be namely EX Brave and EX Aura.
Okay.
These are
EX Brave,
pretty,
EX Aura.
you know, these are pretty powerful buffs. And on top of that, he'll gain, he'll learn the new attack skills for himself as well, namely the Dark attack race. So yeah, they'll both be able to be playable during the limited time Insight unit test play quest. So yeah, be sure to try out the skills and special for both of them.
Thank you very much. I'm sure that most of us watching the stream probably will. There's a bit more collab info that I want to give you guys before we go ahead and move on. Toward the end of our broadcast, I just want to mention for anyone who's joined midway through, we are going to have a special gift code and some information on improvements to Last Cloudia, so do stick around till that. But for now, if you could just go ahead and put up the next slide.
All right.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right, another unit damage rankings is going to be held. This time it runs from July 4th at midnight, so right off the bat, as soon as July 4th starts.
Also, that's Independence Day.
Yeah, if you're in the US, you may have the day off from work, so a great time to play. It runs until July 7th at 10:59 a.m. Pacific time. The following 3 units are going to be part of the ranking: Kallen, Emperor Lelouch, and Pakal. It is still possible to play the event even if you don't have the required units this time around, but you won't be able to join the rankings. All the same, you will get the first clear rewards, so whether you have the units or not, feel free to take on the challenge and get rewards.
Yeah, of these 3 of them, I'm sure everyone has the Poco, right?
Yes.
So you'll definitely want to, you know, give it a try at least to see how you do. And, you know, you can also check out who's the best Poco in the entire game, right?
Yes. Oh, it's Pakal time. Yeah, let's put out the oh man, I think there are some people in the unofficial Discord, the community Discord, who are definitely going to be fighting over who has the most powerful Pakal. I look forward to seeing who does have the most powerful Pakal.
Pakal.
Continuing on, I would like to introduce an item in the shop. Let's go ahead and get the slide up on screen if we could. Yes, this is the Redux Collab Trade Ticket Insight Set. The set includes a Redux Collab trade ticket that can be used to trade for an Ark or a unit of your choice. It is also stuffed to the gills with items that you need for Insight. This is a great value set. Note that the content of the Redux Collab Trade Ticket Insight set has changed a little bit since the last one that we had in the shop. Up until now, the sets have contained Inspiralis and Transcendalis boxes, but this time there are no boxes. This time, rather, instead of boxes, there is a set amount of each type of material, and you get a lot more material overall than you did before. This time, the set is on sale for 4,500 paid crystals, so if you are at all interested, go ahead and check it out. Now that we've run through all of the in-game content for the collab, let's touch on some of the social media promos for the game in which you're able to get stuff. Let's go ahead and get the next slide on screen if we could. So to celebrate the collab, Last Cloudia is going to be holding a repost and share promo. To take part, just follow the official Last Cloudia X or Facebook account and repost or share the promo post. If the Japanese and English versions of the promo post receive a total of the required number of reposts and shares, all Last Cloudia players will get the items. 3 randomly selected participants will also win a $25 US store gift code. You will definitely want to take part. This promo runs from June 19th, post-maintenance, all the way through June 23rd, 7:59 a.m. Pacific Time. So that does it for our collab info at the time, but we still have a lot of info to bring you on less Cloudia. So let's go ahead and put the next slide on screen.
All right.
There we go. Yes. Okay, so since a lot of fans of Code Geass are going to be joining Last Cloudia for the first time as a part of this collab, we decided to put in a daily free 10-spin gacha to help those players get up to speed. Everyone will be able to spin this gacha and get up to 200 free spins this time around. So congrats to that.
Oh yeah,
I know.
I mean, definitely, like, if you have everything in there, you can definitely get a lot of Crimson Award. I'm sure a lot of people would want those free, for the critical gears.
Yes, definitely. And this time it's worth noting that there are more arcs in the draw pool. Now you're going to be able to draw units up through Canon of the Three Sages and SSR arcs up to the Order of the Helios. The gacha runs from June 19th after maintenance until July 16th, 11:59 p.m. This time it isn't a step-up gacha, but you're still going to want to go ahead and log in and spin daily.
これまでコラボでね、無料ガチャってやってなかったんですけど、さっきバーリンが言ったように、やっぱ新しく始める人にもっとガチャを引いてもらうっていうところの試みですね。
Yeah, definitely. Just a repeat of what I just said, in which we just want to ensure that people who are joining Last Cloudia for the first time are going to be able to fully enjoy the collab content and just catch up to speed. All right, so I see people in the chat saying, yeah, great job, Booley, thank you for that. Very exciting. Yes, stick around, this game is great and gets really cool events. Thank you for that, Drunken Cowboy Agne. All right, before we move on, I'm just going to hydrate for 1 second, excuse me.
Yeah, we had a lot of stuff to talk about today.
ずっと喋ってるからね。
Oh man, yeah, this is going to tear my vocal cords apart, but you got to stick around for this because I'm going to tell you about all of the exciting improvements coming from June 19th after maintenance, and there are a lot. So let's go ahead and get the slide up on screen now if we could. Yes, that is right. We have a whole bunch here. This is only part one. There are a ton of these.
Yeah.
But first I'm going to talk about the... Let's just go... Well, for now, I'm just going to go over things point by point from top to bottom. First, we have a new auto-run feature, background auto-run feature. So auto-run can now be used when the app is closed. Up until now, you had to have the battle screen, there on the screen the whole time. But this time, when auto-run is operating, you'll be able to play other content such as Guild Battle and the Battlegraph Simulator. Do note though, if you're auto-running a world map quest, you will not be able to play other world map quests at the same time. You can do an auto-run of up to 12 hours. For details, check the help after this maintenance. We'll also show you a little bit what this new screen looks like in-game.
Yeah, I think this is probably a huge improvement for a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
If you use this feature, you no longer have to have basically the game occupy like your phone, if you're playing on phone, of course.
Yeah, so if you want to farm resources anywhere in the game, this is going to be an incredibly useful feature to you. I'm really happy about it. I know that my progression in Last Cloudia is going to benefit for it, and I'm sure that everyone who's playing or has played before will find it useful as well. Next, we have made an improvement so that blue and red souls can be converted to soul spars. So if, for example, well, we'll show this one to you in a little bit as well, but for those of you who've already basically used all of the who've already maxed out all of the places that you can for red and blue souls, you're going to be able to tap a convert button, a new convert button, to make those souls into blue soul spars and red soul spars. On the current schedule, spars will be inputtable into the, maybe there's a better way to say that, but you're going to be able to put the soul spars into the hollowed container, which is a container that is a part of Insight. This is a little bit, I'm getting into the weeds. I'm not sure if everyone who's joining for the collab is going to be following along, but basically in mid-July that improvement is going to be made. You'll be able to convert any extra souls that you have to Inspiralis for Insight. Of course, you can also convert soul spars back into souls if you wish. On the latest roadmap, the Hollowed Vessel improvement was originally scheduled for a June release, but in order to make sure that we get things right, we changed the release date to July. So sorry to keep you waiting, but please do bear with us just a little while more. All right, our next point, update to World Raids. Currently, the World Raids party screen is set up like a normal party screen where you can slide through parties. However, it's difficult to tell if a unit or arc is being used multiple times this way. So we've decided to change the layout of the screen. Going forward, the party screen is going to be improved so that it shows 3 parties on one screen, much like the Tower of Trials. We will show you what this actually looks like in just a moment. Along with this, an auto set feature is going to be added. With this feature, you'll be able to take the units and arcs for all parties and see them at the same time. The party settings are going to take into account attributes, roles, and training state to make genuinely good auto-set parties. I know there are a lot of people who struggle or just who feel a little bit overwhelmed trying to really, make the best possible configurations for so many units at one time. So if you're one of them, you're going to want to try this out. In addition, there are small improvements that are going to be made to World Raids. For example, a small improvement, but I think one that will actually, it's a solid quality of life improvement. When tapping World Raids on the home screen, up until now, you would previously have to go to the world map one time and then from there tap again to go to the raid dungeon. But now tapping the button will take you directly to the World Raid screen. The next World Raid, by the way, is planned to start on June 27th. And in anticipation of that, I would like to tell you all the weakness of the boss this time around. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. All right, I hope so. The next boss's weak attribute is Earth. Be sure to train your Earth units before the start of the next World Raids.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're getting to the final couple of points on this one slide. The first of these is that we have improved the regular attacks, skills, and special of the units Kyle the Swordsman and Magic Beast Ray. Adjustments to animations are going to make these units easier to use. Additionally, their hit counts will be boosted and their effects will be adjusted. So this is kind of similar to how other units have gotten insight. However, this is a special case where you're actually not going to need to do anything to be able to get that insight.
Okay, so by default, they'll just be stronger.
Everything unlocks by default. So after the maintenance, everyone will have access to these new improvements. The reason that we've done this is that both Kyle the Swordsman and Magic Beast Ray appear in the tutorial, and we want to give new players a better battle experience when trying them out. So we've decided upon this universal upgrade for everyone. So basically, to slightly rephrase that, these units were originally designed with a different design philosophy than the one that dominates the game now. So we've basically just modernized these units.
I mean, needless to say, they are like really, really old units.
Yeah, I mean the first, right?
Being the first units.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeping on the topic of those units, we also changed the attributes of some skills and specials that Kyle the Swordsman and Magic Beast Ray have. Specifically, Blast Edge and Flash Stream and Final Braver were originally no attribute. However, these have been changed to fire. Claws of Destruction, additionally, was originally no attribute, but now is being changed to Thunder. On older units, sometimes there were skills that were no attribute. They didn't have a given attribute. This often made it hard for players to use the attribute attack boost skills to boost damage. So, like recent units, the attribute of their skills were unified. Basically, this just improves the synergy of what is already there. All right, let's see our next slide.
All right.
Thank you. We have added a boss to the Battlegraph Simulator. A new Battlegraph Simulator boss is going to be added not from June 19th, but from July 3rd after maintenance. The boss that's going to be added this time around will be, any guesses? Any guesses? What do we got? What do you think is coming? You have the script, so I know it's easy for you to
I
guess.
know.
But
We do have it here.
you do have it there.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone in the chat have a guess? There's a little bit of a delay, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pick up your guesses here.
Yeah, but I would say this is a good time to add
Go ahead.
add the boss to the Battlegraph Simulator because I know quite a few people. I mean, quite a lot of people who's been constantly playing.
Yeah.
I would say a lot of people are at like the early 200s, and they feel comfortable being around the early 200 floors, so they are, not progressing very much. So in that sense, they don't have much to do. So, this edition will probably be quite good for them.
All right. So yeah, there are a lot of people who have gotten to the highest levels of the Battle Simulator and are doing quite good in those. So let's go ahead. Let's see what we have here. We have a L-GEASS guess. Very good guess. Giant Alice.
Giant
Kodai
Alice.
Arisu. It's a very funny guess. I would like to see
じゃ
that.
あじゃあそうするか。
Okay, and we have multiple people here saying Arx, and Audrian correctly guessed that yes, it is Caesar Cretonius. You were correct with your guess. The crests that you were able to get from the boss will boost units' strength, STR, and INT. Here's one that I think is quite an interesting update. We have improved multiplayer latency, which is to say, reduced lag, for the English, traditional Chinese, and Korean versions of the app. So up until now, all players from all regions have matched with each other. However, going forward, English version English version users are going to be matched with each other. Traditional Chinese and Korean version users are going to be matched in their own pool from traditional Chinese and Korean player versions. Note that there are no changes to the Japanese version app. Our hope with this update is that people who are from places in the globe that are closer to each other play on the same server and are able to go ahead and play with less lag.
Yeah, I know this update is probably going to be a bit controversial, but we'll have to see how it goes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and improve it from there.
Yeah, definitely. So, going along, we have changed the cap on daily purchasable tokens in the gold mine slots and gold mine slots too. So if you are a slot player, if you are a gambler, you know.
Yeah, this one is probably quite huge for them.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
The previous cap of 10,000 tokens will be changed to 99,999 tokens. So yes, for those of you who don't know, there is a secret gambling hall in, where is it? Well, I think it's in Aldana, do I remember correctly? Don't quote me on that, but anyway.
No, I think we have two, right? One in Aldana and one in, what was it? In Cloudia. Yeah.
オルターダの近く。
Yeah.
Granda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wherever it is though, if you have Zell, you will now be able to get all the rewards that are available much more quickly. So if you have a mountain of Zell and just want to change it to casino tokens, you can go ahead and do that and then just claim the rewards directly that way without having to grind away at the slot machine for hours and hours and hours.
If you're like for your religion, you are not allowed to gamble.
Yeah.
This is a way out.
Good call. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, for maybe some of our players in Indonesia or wherever who don't want to.
Yeah, you can buy the
gamble.
lot token and just trade it directly.
Good call. All right, we have also rebalanced the difficulty of the world maps Fairies Lab and Spagyrix Lab, home to everyone's favorite, Jessica. In some quests, the appearance rate of objects, which is to say fairies or butterflies, will be changed to 100%. So you will be guaranteed to go ahead and see those objects, which is to say fairies or butterflies, appear in the given quest.
Yeah, this one is probably a huge boost in rates, right?
Yeah.
200.
So this is going to be extremely useful and also just save you on some grinding time. As the amount of content in Last Cloudy has grown, it becomes more and more difficult to spend a ton of time on each individual feature. And so we wanted to make sure that it's possible for players to get the benefits of all of these things and just catch up. And if you're joining new, to be able to stand on a level playing field with other players. That said, we have also added a serial code feature. I've mentioned this a couple of times. You're going to see this for the very first time here in this live stream. But if you enter a serial code in your friend ID on a certain site, you will be able to receive various in-game rewards. We plan to announce serial codes during our official live streams and on social media, like on X and Facebook. You will definitely want to check these out. And I will be sharing the very first serial code at the end of our live stream today, so stick around. Continuing on, I want to also introduce to you a completely new function. Please get the slide on screen now if we could. Okay, yes, this is our in-game ad feature. This is a feature that allows you to watch in-game videos to get various rewards within Last Cloudia. The three main rewards that we're planning are as follows. First, we have Get Crystals. By watching a video from the button on the home screen, you will be able to get 30 crystals each time. You can do this up to 3 times per day for a total of 90 crystals. We also have full orange orb recovery. Once per day, by watching a video ad, you will be able to restore 10 orange orbs to your current count. Those of you who have the standard LC pass will receive 15 orbs. By watching the video, you will want to know that you can actually recover orbs over the orb limit. The third place that you will be able to watch an in-game ad is in the video ad 3-spin gacha. If you watch an ad from the free tab of the gacha page, once per day you'll be able to spin the once daily free 3-spin gacha. Check in-game to see what is in the actual gacha and the gacha probability. One thing that I want to emphasize here is that the in-game feature can be used on the smartphone version of Last Cloudia. It cannot be used on the desktop version, so we appreciate your understanding there. I also just want to emphasize that this is completely optional and that you are not required to actually watch the ads if you don't want to.
Yeah, just to be like absolutely clear, like if you suppose you don't want to do this, nothing changes basically.
Yeah.
We won't, we won't force the ads to pop up anywhere.
Yeah.
If you want to do this, you have to do it manually. Like, you have to want to do it, or else we won't force it to happen.
Yeah.
But with that said, though, like I would recommend that if you are low on crystals, you should do that. Watch the crystals once at least, because you get an additional 90 crystals. Yeah, 90 crystals every day. So that's close to like twice the. You get about twice the crystal gain that you usually do if you only do the dailies. So you can consider this if you want, but don't feel pressured and just ignore it if you don't want to.
Just to reiterate what Barlene said there in one sentence, that it's completely optional should you want to actually view those ads, and if you don't want to, then nothing has changed. It's just an option for those people who want it. So let's go ahead and actually show you some of these improvements in a development build of the game, if we could.
OK? じゃあ見ていきましょうか。
Yeah, it's probably a lot easier to understand if you actually see it, right?
Yeah, let's go and we'll look at things feature by feature.
OK? じゃあ
The first one is going to be auto run, right?
いや、じゃあバックグラウンド自動周回からいきましょうか。オー
Let's
ト
go
ラン。
ahead and look at auto run, yeah.
いや。はい。で、どこ行きたいですか？
Where do we want to go?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the party, but I would say we should go the classic.
Yeah,
Let's go to
of course, Gloria Mountains.
Yes.
Yeah, the classic.
Raja Mountains.
Yeah, Imperial Guards, Commander 3.
Yeah, I think every
The
single
classic farming quest.
I think every single person knows this place,
Yes.
right?
OK。じゃあ、オートラン押します、まず。
Okay, we're going to go ahead and press auto run.
Yeah. で、12時間できますよみたいな説明が出
And
ま
you
す。
see there's an
で
explanation there that says you can do an auto run of up to 12 hours.
じゃあ、OK 押します。する
We're going to
と
go ahead、and press OK.
右上のところにくるくる回ってるのがある。
Okay, and you can see the little dial spinning in the corner.
いや。で、押してみましょう。
If we go ahead and tap that, this screen appears.
こんな感じで、画面見続けなくても自動周回してくれるようになってますと。
And you can see that even if you don't have the screen displaying as auto run, the actual auto run still continues.
で、オートランコンプリート、周回数出てるんだけど、ここね。
Yeah, you can see auto runs complete is written there on screen.
ここはリアルタイムじゃなくて一定時間ごとにこの回数って更新されます。表示上は。
And yeah, we want you to understand that this number is not updated in real time. It updates at regular intervals. So, for example, you won't see it tick up as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You might happen to see it depending on your party, depending on the actual clear speed. It might go something like 5, 10, 20.
Yeah, I forgot, but it's like it updates every few 10 or something minutes, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, you should come back to check it every so often.
いや。はい。で、今までの自動周回とやっぱり一番違うのは、これやってる間に別のことがプレイできるということですね。
And the most significant change from auto run up until now and the new auto run is that you're able to play other content while doing an auto run. Now,
現状は自動周回中はメインストーリー、ワールドマップのクエストできないんだけど、それ以外はできます、なんでも。
yeah, so with our new auto run, you're able to do anything other than main map quests, world map quests.
Yeah, and I think the good part about this is you can do auto run when you're sleeping, right?
And you can you can do auto run while you're sleeping.
Yeah, while you're sleeping, while you're working, right?
Yes. で、オートランニングってワールドマップのところに出てるので、自動周回中って分かるようになってますね。
And you can see on the home screen there is a note that says auto running.
いや。OK。じゃあ、続いてちょっとこれ一旦置いておいて、ソウルの方を見に行きましょうか。
Okay, and Ark says total run is accounted by clear time. クリアタイムを元に計算されるんですか？
そうだね。ちょっと説明をしておくと、自分のまずクリアタイムとクエストのウェーブ数に応じて、周回時間変わります。
Okay, which is to say that Arx, in response to your question, that yes, the clear time and the number of waves are used to calculate what the number of auto runs is for a given quest.
いやいや、まあ、ウェーブ数が例えば9ウェーブのクエストと1ウェーブのクエストと同じ時間にならないから、まあ、そこはウェーブ数を考慮しているってことですね。
Okay, which is to say that if there is a quest which has, for example, 9 waves, then the amount of time that it takes to clear that will not be the same as a quest that only has a single wave.
はい、なんでまあ普通にこう1回ベストタイム出しておいた方が周回は早くなってくれますね。
Okay, so yeah, it's best to make a really good short clear time before you do an auto run.
いやいや。OK かな？他は大丈夫そう。
Looks good. All right, I think so. We have a comment from Sean MJ saying, one thing that I love about Last Cloudia, it's clean menu and so brilliant.
Yes.
Okay, and this one, can we answer this one? Like, does auto run when we do this this way, does it count the added drop rate or added zero
Yeah,
rate?
that's a good question. なんでしたっけ、なんかドロップ数を上げとかゼロの、ドロップを増やすスキルはあると思うんですけど、そちらの効果って発動しますか？
そこは確か変わってなくて、反映されるです。
反映される。
そうです。パーティーが持ってたらスキルは反映されます、ね。
Also, so I see. So it'll be like the traditional auto run. So if you have it in your party, it will work.
Yes. So no change there.
で基本的には今までこう画面見なきゃできなかったことが裏側でやってくれるみたいな感じですかね。
Yeah, that's it.
Basically, the significant change, what really is different, is that all of the stuff that you had to display on your screen now will take place in the background, and you're free to do other stuff.
Yeah. OK。じゃあ、ソウルのとこ行きまして、はい。ソウル結晶の件ですね。
Okay, now we'll go ahead and show you the soul spars.
Spars.
Yeah, I see we have a new button there.
Yeah, it converts.
New convert button.
OK。そうすると、
Here you can see.
いや、ブルーソウル10万あたりでソウル結晶1個できますね。
Yeah, you can go ahead and put souls. You can convert souls to spars in intervals. Intervals? That's not a word. Intervals. Increments. Increments of 10,000.
OK。で、レッドは2万あたりで1かな。はい。
Okay, and for red souls, you have 20,000 intervals.
OK。で、コンバートすると。
Intervals of 20,000. Go ahead and convert. Struggling to speak English here today.
OK。で、今、Spar 5 and
Okay, yeah, you can see the soul spars on screen. Currently, we have 5 blue soul spars and 4 red soul spars.
いや。で、さっきちょっとケイト説明してくれたけど、使い方は2個あって、1個はこうあぶれてる時にこうスパーに変えておくと、後で使いたい時にこうやって戻せるんだよね。
Okay, so if you have too many souls and your soul tanks are overflowing, you're able to convert the souls to soul spars. However, after that, you're also able to convert the soul spars back into souls.
So it's basically like putting your money in the bank and withdrawing it.
There are just 2 tabs right there, and you can choose on each tab whether to, as the tab says, convert spurs to souls or souls to spurs.
で、これはあとスパーからまたソウルに戻すこともできますの
You
で。
can see, yes, we're going to return the soul spars to souls right now.
はい。っていうのが1個と、あとは後日のアップデートでこのスパーを素材投入に使えるようにします。
And in the future, we're going to make it possible to use these spurs in the hollowed vessel, hollowed container for insight.
いや。OK。じゃあ続いてワールドレード行きましょうか。
Let's go ahead and take a look at the world raids.
OK。はい。
Oh wow, it's instantly, right?
ここ結構大事だよね、こういうのね。
Yeah, if you can't recall, like before you have to go to the world map first, which the loading takes like 5 seconds, 10 seconds.
And
Depends.
the world map loading is also much better than it was in the past.
Yeah, of course. It used to take a lot longer, right?
はい。で、バトルを押すとこんな感じで3画面出てますね。
And you can see that you go ahead and when you tap battle, you'll be able to see these 3 party frames on screen.
はい。で、今回入ったオートセットですね。
And you can see that now we have this auto set button.
OK、じゃあやってみましょうか。
We're going to go ahead and try to actually auto set.
スキルも変えるかっていうのを選べるんですけど、一旦いいとして、じゃあオートセットしま
We're
す。
going to go ahead and yes, auto set.
で、
And there you can see.
これ今敵の弱点が貴族性なので、
Yes, and we have this is not I'm blanking on earth weakness for the enemy.
なんで貴族性のユニットが結構編成されてますね。
Okay, so you can see that earth Earth element units are included in the parties.
これね、自動セットなんですけど、敵の属性とまず自分たちのパーティーの育成状況を見て適切なのをまず一回セットしてくれます。
So basically what the auto set feature looks at is how trained each individual unit is when deciding whether to put it in the party, as well as the role of each individual member and attribute.
例えば属性があってても、全然育ってないのとかは入ってこないようになってますね。
So this is configured so that units that might have the right attribute or role but haven't been trained will not be put into the party.
はい。あとは、ちょっとこれ見てもらうとヒーラーがちょっと入ってるんですよ。一番右の方から。
Yeah, you'll probably see that in the right hand, the farthest right, these frames are filled with healer units.
で、ワールドレードって結構敵の攻撃が強いので、全部攻撃じゃなくてちょっとこうサポートのユニットも入るようになってます。
So in world raids, as you know, the enemy's attacks are quite powerful. So rather than just putting in all attackers, we've put in support and healing units as well into the auto set feature in order so that you're able to actually contend with the opponent.
結構ワールドレードって必要なユニットアウトが多くて、一回プレイするだけで大変だったりするから、これを使うとだいぶ楽にできる。
So for world raids, quite a number of arcs and units are required. So by putting this feature in, we've made it so that you don't have to configure each individual one in order to actually play.
ワールドレードはインサイトの報酬がもらえるので、ぜひねこれで触ってみてほしいと思います。
So when you play world raids, you are able to get insight rewards. So go ahead and if you haven't, check them out this next time that we have world raids.
Yeah. はい、じゃあワールドレードに関しては以上かな。
And that does it for our explanation about world raids.
To be obvious, like if you use the auto set feature, it's probably not the best party at all. It just saves a lot of time, and especially if you're new to the game, you don't know what parties to use. It's an easy way to do it. But if you're a veteran of this game, you probably want to set it up yourself.
So I mean, if you are, of course, I mean, it's not a feature designed for those players who are at the very top of the game, who have played all the end game content. It's for everyone else who just wants to be able to get up and play the event soon.
ですね。はい、じゃあ続いてここのところなんだけど。
Alright, we're just going to go ahead and show what these video ad screens look like.
いやいや、こんな感じで出て、ビューを押すとここ視聴してクリスタルが手に入ると。
You can go ahead and open up the window and then tap view, and then the ad will play on screen.
でオレンジオーブの場合はこんな感じですね。
For orange orbs, it looks something like this.
いやいやいや。あとはガチャですけれども。
Now for the gacha screen, yes, we have this video ad 3-spin gacha there as well.
So that would be a pretty good source of crimson orbs, right?
True.
Okay.
こんな感じですね。じゃあ、自動周回が10分ぐらいやってくれてるのでちょっと見てみましょうか。
Okay, we've played auto run for about 10 minutes now, so we're going to go ahead and check in on it.
Oh, it's been 10 minutes.
Hard to believe.
早いね。はい。で、オートラン。
Oh,
yeah, 12 minutes. Oh, we've done 13 runs so far.
いや、今13って書いてあるけど、ちょっとこれ完了したら13じゃないかもしれない、ね。
Okay, but the actual number may not be 13 because it only updates.
Oh, it's from the previous update. It was 13.
Yes.
Okay, I see.
いや、じゃあ、end of the run. Yes.
Just gonna go ahead and end the run.
And すると、14回やってますね。
There. Okay, we've done 14 runs.
こんな感じで普通に報酬がもらえます。
So you were able to get rewards this way.
I see the items required are pretty few, right?
Yeah.
Is it?
報酬は少ないようですかっていう。
アイテム多分反映されてると思うけど、ちょっと確認しておきますね。
We're gonna go ahead and take a look at that.
Okay. はい。で、終わるとこんな感じで、次のオートラン行ってますかっていうふうに聞いてくれます。
And it will ask if you want to do the next auto run afterwards.
Yeah. なんで Yes を押すと、ここまだ自動周回が始まるという形ですね。
Okay, and if you tap Yes, then auto run will just resume in the same way.
And Knacky, can we be clear that when we do the auto run this way, we can close the app and it will still work?
Yeah. Yes.
It works, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can throw away your phone and it will continue for 12 hours.
Don't do that.
I mean, if you want.
スローアウェイはやべえな。はい。じゃあ最後にちょっと画面を切り替えて落としてもらって、はい、OK です。
Okay.
Alright.
シリアルコードですね。
Okay. And this is the serial code screen.
これはゲームじゃなくて特設サイトのコードなんだけど、まずここでシリアルコードと ID を入力してもらって、 リディームを押すと報酬がもらえると。
Okay, and this is not a part of the actual game, it's a special site, but when you put in your serial code and friend ID, you are able to go ahead and get those rewards. Those will be distributed to you automatically.
はい、という形になっていますので、ぜひぜひチェックしてみてください。
One thing to note about this is that the form is case sensitive, so which is to say that if the code is in all capital letters, then you'll need to input it all in capital letters with no spaces.
Yes. Okay. 以上かな。
Alright, I think that does it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yes, that does wrap it up for our sneak peek. We have a ton of improvements, and I hope you're all feeling excited for the June 19th updates. I think for me, auto-run is going to make one of the big differences. We talked about this feature, all these features that are being improved. Now, as a special gift for those of you who watched the live stream, we're going to share the very first serial code that you will be able to use to get rewards from June 19th.
Okay, I see. So this is the present we were talking about, a while
Multiple
back,
times.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. This time, anyone who enters this code is going to get 300 crystals, 20 orange orb recoverers with no expiration date. This is a tricky one to read. 3 collab ticket part 1s and 3 collab ticket part 2s, just for inputting the serial code from this live stream. I know you're all very excited to see the code, so we're going to get the slide up for you on screen right now. Here is the serial code.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I'm feeling excited.
豪華な
pretty loud.
BGM が入ったな。
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, you can see the code is Last Cloudia Gifts in all caps with no spaces. Please enter it exactly as it's written there, or else it will not count. This serial code can be used from June 19th after maintenance until maintenance on June 26th. We will post a link to the serial code input page in the description box of this live stream. So go ahead and use that after maintenance on the 19th. We're also going to be posting this to social media later on. Just again, I want to reiterate that the serial code must be entered in all caps with no spaces. If you use lowercase letters or spaces, the code will not work. After you input this serial code, your rewards will be sent to the in-game presence where you can pick them up there. Be sure to check it out.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty good feature we can use from time to time. Not just the live stream, of course. We can, give out some little gifts on holidays maybe. I'm excited to see, the ways we can use it and, give you little gifts. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. We have Last Cloudia Gifts. I see everyone posting the code in the chat.
Yeah, you can't use it right now though.
Thank you.
That doesn't
Nice
work.
first code reward. Well, soon.
Yeah.
Time to gamble on money as well. Good luck. Good luck on pulls, everyone, says Drunken Cowboy Agni. Indeed. Well, we have just about reached the end of our live stream now. But before we go, Barlene, Knacky, do you have any special things that you want to say in closing?
Hey, buddy.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Yeah, some of you may know I'm a huge mecha fan, so I'm really excited for this Code Geass collab to rerun, and we get new mechs, of course. And aside from that, we get quite a large amount of new improvements we just shared with you there. So I'm sure that's going to help a lot of people, get started, or it makes your life a lot easier. So look forward to the update.
All right, thank you. And what about you, Naki-san?
そうですね。まず長時間ご視聴いただいてありがとうございました。
Thank you very much for watching until now.
コードギアスのコラボをやりますけれども、新しいユニットも、復刻のユニットも非常に魅力的になっていますので、ぜひねチェックしてみてください。
So go ahead and check out the new and returning units that are a part of this Code Geass collab.
あとは、
They're all very charming.
sorry.
Go ahead.
あとは結構今回もいろんな改善やりましたけれども、引き続き我々ねより楽しめるように、ずっと改善だったり開発だったりしていっています。
Definitely, we've shown a ton of improvements that are going to be included in this next newest release. However, we're going to continue to release more and more improvements going forward, doing things that make Last Cloudia a game that's even more fun to play than it already is now.
もちろんストーリーも力入れてて、レニウスのストーリーめっちゃ良かったよね。
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
true.
We really work hard on the story, and I saw there was an incredible reaction to the latest chapter in the story, to the Great War of Ruin. Absolutely. One comment that I was particularly happy to receive. I saw someone in the Discord said that this is not just a great story for a gacha game. This is just a great story, period.
いや嬉しいね。
Yeah.
Now the amazing thing is that we kept it away for like so long, right? We kept mentioning it in the the first 2-3 years of the release. We talk about Great Wall of Rain. We keep seeing snippets of it, and like in the past, I think half a year, we show like what actually happens in the main part and what happens directly after the war, right? Namely, this time around.
Absolutely. I have to say it's one of the things that I personally love about Last Claudia's storytelling as well, is that there are so many little threads like woven all throughout the game, and there are so many things that I've encountered even on my own work as one of the people who's part of the team, where I just said, I'll see something new and say, oh wow, I had no idea that things were going to come together in this way. I have to say it's really awesome, and I genuinely do agree with everyone who says that the storytelling is great in Last Claudia.
ありがとうね。
Yeah.
ということで、いろんなところしっかり出てって、もちろんパフォーマンスの改善もね、ちょっとなかなかお届けできてないんですけども、しっかり進めていっていますので、ここまでいこう。
Okay, and in terms of the technical performance of the game, we're very aware about some of the issues that remain, and we want to know that that's one thing that we are continuing to work on constantly.
はい。引き続きですね、我々も楽しみながら皆さんに楽しいラストクラウディをお届けできるように頑張っていきますので、応援よろしくお願いします。
All right, so thank you very much for all of your support, and we're going to continue working to the very best of our ability to make Last Claudia a game that is even better than it already is.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that just about does it. I'm going to take a look into the chat before we do wrap it up. Let's see, as always, we have lots of requests for a Last Claudia anime or console game. I would love to see it, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, anime is, I'm not sure we can do that, but I would definitely say like a comic or something.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Would be cool. Would be quite cool.
Spoiler alert, there is one Last Claudia
Oh, yeah, of
comic
course.
already,
I mean,
but
the main story part, of course.
yeah. Okay, let's just see here what else we have. Yeah, console release, I would love to see it.
Oh, that'll be
そう
cool.
だね。いつかやりたいね。
Okay, oh, we have one little request. Please take the red dot off the ads button.
Oh.
Interesting. なんかその広告ボタンからびっくりマークを外してほしいという要望がありました。
要望ね。あり
Yeah,
がとう。
I mean, I get that. Like, you don't want to do it, but you have the compulsion if you see the red dots.
The link for the code, Mumu, Fufu, and anyone else who has asked, is going to be posted in the summary of this video in just a moment. So just do hold on there. It'll also be shared on social media soon before long.
It doesn't work right now because we're giving out like stuff that's collab related.
Yeah.
But it will work. We will put it up like after the maintenance.
Okay, we have a request for Shift Del Moro as well.
As per usual. As per usual.
It wouldn't be a stream without a request for Shift Del
Oh
Moro.
yeah, you made it just in time.
Spanglebert, thank you for the request. It's something that I would love to see very much personally. I would definitely reach deep into my stack of crystals for that one. Okay, I think that just about does it. I think we're going to wrap things up then. So thank you all very much for being a part of our special Code Geass Part 2 collab, Redux collab, new content collab. It's always a pleasure. I love you guys and have a wonderful day. Hope to see you in game. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Thank you. Bye.
Sa.
間違った世界を変えるため私は戦う。遅い。この位置なら弾けろ。行くよグレン。はあ、これで終わりだ。黒の騎士団所属光月カレンよ。このグレンがある限り私は誰にも負けはしない。ナイトメアフレームの操縦なら私に任せて。大抵の敵なら対処できると思うわ。あなたの戦う理由は何？私はみんなの自由のため、そして自分自身の正義のためよ。 ラストクラウディアコラボ開催